inspired decor, and today I'm going to show you a brand new way to make blooming candles. I'm calling them blooming candle rings. Now, for those of you who have been watching my channel, these are the blooming candles that I made for Spring and Easter 2019. I will link the video where I made these last year, and now I want to show you what we're going to make this year. So the inspiration for these candle rings actually came from the Grandin Road site. So I'm going to stop right now and I'm going to link a picture of those so that you can see what I'm going to create. So these candle rings in Grandin Road are just so pretty, and I did contemplate ordering them, but you know, in Canada they'd be $125 for 5. I don't need 5, I really just need 2. And they weren't the exact colors that I would choose. So I looked at them and I thought, it can't be that hard to make. So let me get this out of the way so that I can show you typically what I've done with these candles is I've just wrapped some ribbon around it and tied a bow. Okay, so that's how I did it for Valentine's Day. And these particular candlesticks are from Michael's. Now, as soon as I saw them, I knew I had to have them. They're just gorgeous. And you know how I like to use both cream or white and gold, so those work together beautifully. And I knew that a candle ring would really be lovely on it, and I wanted to do something different. I didn't want everything to be the same as these ones. So you'll need a candlestick of some sort. You can buy them from the dollar store, you can buy them from Home Goods or Home Sense or wherever. And I like to use flameless candles. I buy mine at Michael's. And you will also need some coiled wire. Now, I bought mine at Michael's with my coupon, and I'll just step forward so you can see it better. I don't remember the cost. I know I used a 50% coupon for them. And then yesterday when I was at the Dollar Tree, they do have this at the Dollar Tree as well. It's not quite as thick though. So I thought, you know, you really, if you're going to use larger flowers like I am, you probably want a thicker one, but you could take the one from the Dollar Tree and actually just wind it together to make a thicker one, but nonetheless. I initially thought I was going to use floral tape, but you're going to see that you don't have to, so I'll just pop that aside. You will need some kind of floral, so you know I love peonies, so I'm going to use peonies. You also need some greenery, or at least in my world, you do to really get the Grandin Road look. So I've got some of this greenery. You'll notice I've already cut some of it away for the one that I've already made. And I am going to add in really just the fern type look, and I'm actually going to use this somewhere else in my home, but nonetheless. So let me cut this apart because these are just held together with raffia and wire, and I will be right back. So once I took the raffia off, and there was some wire there as well, I then just started to pull my leaves off because I do want to use them. And then obviously I needed to cut this down. Now I bought these particular peonies at Home Sense here in Canada. And you know, I just love them. I love the color of them because you know I'm a pink lover. So there you go. What I did when I took my coiled wire and I made it actually quite a bit longer than what I need. You need it to be big enough to sit on here. And you also need to make sure that when you wrap the flowers in, that in fact you can still get the candle inside of it. So all I do is take this and literally just twist it together, okay? And then try to keep it as round as you can. And then that'll fit on. You'll notice it's a little big, but that's okay because I'm going to have all kinds of stuff in there. All right, so I'll be right back. You're then going to take your wire, floral wire, and again you can buy this at the Dollar Tree, but I always buy stuff like this at Michael's because you get so much in a paddle, and I quite like that. And then you're going to grab one of your peonies, and because the peonies are also wired, the stems are wired, what I do is I kind of twist it around, and you know, always have to, that's what I like about this particular coiled wire, is that it moves so nicely, and then you can easily just pop it back into shape. And then I take my floral wire, and I want to make sure that I just wrap it around to keep that peony intact. And again, you just reshape your coiled wire. I'm going to take a piece of this particular greenery. This is just the leaves that came with it. And I'm going to grab another piece of floral wire, and I'll wrap that on, and I'll be right back. See, I have that attached. And initially, the reason I thought I would use the floral wrap was I thought that I would need to cover up all this wire, but you know me, I'm such a maximalist. I put so many greens in that you don't even see it. Then what I do is I take these really pretty greenery pieces from Michael's, take them to the top of the piece, and then I just kind of twist them around so that more of the color is showing. And then I cut the wire here. And again, these are all made out of wire. Like, how nice is that? And then I just take that and twist that in as well. So with every piece that you're actually adding more stability to the ring. And it just works so nicely. I just twist this around as well. And then you just sort of unfurl it. It's just so pretty. Then I grabbed another peony, and I'm going to pop this one going like this, and twist it around and put some wire in, and I'll be right back. So now I'm going to add in a piece of this, and I've just taken this off of this stem, and again I'll just sort of push it up a little bit, again so that it's very, very easy. And then I will just add this piece on as well. Again, when it has the nice wire right in it, you just take it and you just twist it onto the ring. So I will simply continue on by adding some more greenery. I'll do just another piece of this first, I think. And then I'll add another peony. Again, the nice thing about this is that you don't have to use more floral wire because it's already built in. So I'll twist this around. Again, just notice, so easy to twist this around. And you've got that piece in there. So let me add a couple of more peonies and I will be right back. Some things like these little buds, they're actually easier if you just glue them on. So I'm just going to use my hot glue gun and just glue that on. And that's what I do with some of the little pieces at the end as well, because like I said, the little buds are actually, they're harder to work with. I just found that the floral wire that they came with weren't great. And then because they're smaller, they're harder to work with the other floral wire. Okay, I have all of my florals and my greenery attached. So I'm just going to have my husband come in so you can see how it sits on the candle ring. You'll notice there's still lots of room for the candle to go. And you'll notice it's a little messy inside. So what I do with that is I just take these little fern things, I just pull them off of here because I don't need them all on there. And I'm literally just going to use my glue gun and, you know, where I thought I was going to use floral tape, this works just fine because it covers up, you know, the bulk of the messiness inside. Not that anybody would see it anyway, but you know, something like this would be so pretty for a wedding shower, a baby shower, a wedding, you know, really. One of the things that you don't know about me is that I'm also a registered and licensed wedding officiant in Ontario. So I go to weddings all the time. during wedding season, you know, my Saturdays are pretty much totally booked, and, you know, often my Friday nights as well. And, you know, weddings are actually becoming fairly popular on Sundays, so some of my Sundays are quite booked up as well. And that really happens from about May till, you know, depending on the year, October until, or maybe November. And then I like to take the winter off, and because, you know, I love to Christmas decorate. And so I see a lot of weddings, and I see a lot of things that people do. And, you know, we've put 2 weddings together in our home as well for both of our daughters. And I know how expensive weddings can be. And I always figure if you can DIY some stuff like we did with both of our daughters' weddings, I wish I had some footage, but I mean, quite frankly, doing YouTube never even crossed my mind at that point. But I mean, we did all of the centerpieces for both of their weddings. We really enjoyed it. So you look at how easy this is. You can pop back in here. I will grab this candle and put it in the middle. And look how easy that is. It's so easy. You know, you can make one of these in about 15 to 20 minutes. Depending, you know, how well you can use floral wire. You could also just glue gun everything to it. I do like to use floral wire though, because it actually stays better. You're not worrying about them flopping around so much. So this is the finished candle ring. We're calling this a blooming candle ring. You have to tell me what you think, and if you think you might create one for your home. If you haven't already done so, I would appreciate it if you subscribe, and thank you if you did or if you already have. Leave me a comment and share this video with people who love to decorate as much as we do. And I'm busy getting a number of videos in the can, so to speak, because we're expecting our little grandson very shortly, you know, within the next few weeks. So I don't want to, you know, be scrambling at the last moment. I'm not sure what will be up next after this, but you'll find out when it shows up. Until next time, bye-bye.